Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and if this is your first time here, welcome on in. It's really lovely to have you here. Today we are back with 3 cottagecore building ideas for one theme, and today we are delving into the library building ideas, and I'm going to be doing small speed builds of them on my island to show you how I created these spaces and what you can use to make them. Now before we get into the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what sort of building ideas you'd like me to cover in the next rendition of this video. So our first library building idea is going to be a library picnic. This is going to be just a small low-key library area. Second on our list, we are having a sunken library space. This is going to be a sort of sunken in area on our island with some trees and some books around. And then lastly, we have our library cafe. This is probably something that you'd want to use as a designated library area and less of a sort of filler-in spot for your island. But without further ado, let's go ahead and decorate these areas, and I hope that you enjoyed the speed building part of this video. It is time for our first little speed build that we have for this video. So I'm starting off with our little small space. I kind of had these areas decorated as like a low-key library to like a medium key library to like a very big library, so stuff that you can put like as a little filler space, something that's a bit more prominent, and then something that would be like a designated area on your island. So started off with our little small area, which is of course our little picnic spot. I really like picnics, and they're just a key feature in all cottagecore islands. I feel they go with everything. There's so many different opportunities of like kind of picnics to make, so I definitely like it. You can refer to my 3 picnic building ideas video over here if you want some other picnic ideas, but this is our little library themed picnic in a way. We've just got a couple of decorations, and it's really is only like a small space. You can of course with all of these, like I mentioned at the start, you can make these bigger spaces. They don't have, or you can make them smaller spaces too, like they don't have to be the size that I've done. This is just what worked in with my island at the time and with the items that I had gotten for these videos. So I'm just putting down a couple of plants, doing a little bit of decoration. I'll be adding some custom paths and everything soon, but the key for this is just a small picnic rug. Maybe some trees as well can really help out, and the little tiny library is our favorite, but I'll go into my 3 items very shortly. I'll let you guys keep watching the build. You'll tend to find with this area that I planted or placed a lot of things and then realized I couldn't fit it there. The planting was down to the path that I have, the frills path that I've mentioned a few times. That is absolutely one of my favorite all-time paths. It makes it feel like there's so much more space. I feel like these paths should be super close so I can fit a new, like a flower in there. No, you can't. You really cannot. But we're getting to the end of this build, and we're just popping down a couple more finer details. And now we're just going crazy with some flowers to really tie in this build all together. And here we are with our finished product a day later, where the flowers are grown in. My top 3 recommendations for building items is definitely this tiny library, key item. I would also highly recommend, of course, the cushions, but if we don't use the cushions, I'd recommend the strap books, and then I'd also recommend placing something on a painting, like I have with these little oranges here. Coming in next, we have our little sunken library area. You may notice this area be very familiar. I did use the area that I popped in for one of our 5 cottagecore building ideas. It just seemed like the perfect spot. I really like this little sunken walkthrough area that I have, so I'm just placing a couple of bookshelves. I do end up changing this color of the bookshelf. I just don't do it in the video because I changed it after I finished filming. Well, not after, but after I finished decorating the area. So there's an updated, it's a darker bookshelf, which I think fits in very nicely with this little area. So I'm just pretty much going around and adding in some minor decorations, some couches, a little table, all that sort of stuff, and do a little bit of crafting as well for some items. So I'll let you guys watch while we do some more pathing and everything. And coming back in with the area with a couple of crafted items that I made. You can probably hear my cat. He's very vocal when I'm working on my computer. He just wants to be involved. But just adding in a couple of crafted things that I made and a couple more decorative items. Very much cluttercore with this one. You'll see soon and you'll understand. But very, very much cluttercore I feel that we did with this one. So lots of flowers, trees, a couple of hedges, all that sort of stuff. Some plants. Just the basics. Log stakes. All the good things. And we're almost coming to the end of this. I'm just adjusting some decorations. I really wanted that magazine stand there. I thought it would fit with a little bit more in the way of books in this area, I feel. So I think it turned out really nice. I think this is a really cute area. It's a little bit difficult to walk through, but I definitely won't think that it's an area that you would super use as a way to walk through. I mean, maybe you would. I also totally forgot I had these really cute little rock paths, so I just placed some down. But this is us. This is a build. I'm just adding a couple of extra flowers in before we finish up with this one, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I think it turned out super, super cute. So this is, as you can see, with the updated bookshelf. And this is our final area. For decorating ideas, I would definitely recommend the ironwood rolling cart. I think it is super, super cute. I would also recommend the Moroccan sofa. I think really fits in with this area, or just any sofa in general. The logwood one works as well. And I'll also, to change it up, we can recommend a plant. I would go with the yucca one, as well as like general paper book accessories. And this is our last build for this video. This is our like designated library area, or like a bigger library space. So I will preface that my area is probably not as big as I would have originally planned for an area like this. Where I put it on my island, I really like the idea of having this library on this little like dock that I've made, but I really want a little like overlooking area, so that's why I didn't make it as big as probably I would have originally have liked it. But I just started with some bookshelves, and I did some simple panels as well. I didn't want them to all be bookshelves around, and I think that the simple panels work out really well. And I just searched for a book, and there were so many different designs to choose from, so I did end up settling on this one, but it was a very tight call with a lot of them. And it was, yeah, there's so many cool patterns. Everyone is just too talented when it comes to patterns. My goal for this year, I think, maybe is to design one kind of pattern myself. I don't know what, maybe it'll trickle over to next year's goal, but we will see. So we're just decorating this area with some bookshelves, as I've said, a couple of smaller items, and we are doing some like couches, and then we're adding in like a little cafe area essentially. I wanted this to be like a library with a cafe, like a one-stop sort of get a coffee, get a book, sit down, have a sandwich or something, which I thought would be a really cute little idea. So I'm just using these log sofas. They're one of my favorite sofas. I really like how they look with the like cushions on the back, which are really, really cute. But yeah, I'm just doing some moving around and decorating, so I'll let you guys watch for the moment. And here I am just moving the couches over a little bit more, just adjusting some stuff. But this is the premise of this build. I'm just adding in a couple of last minute flowers, chalkboards, a table, and some other smaller accessories. Because I had this path already on the floor, I didn't have the opportunity to put down any more paths. Plus I liked how it looked, so I think overall it worked out well. I like that this was a path that just kind of fully covered the area instead of the sort of scattered paths or the rug paths that we had in the past ones. So I really wanted to make this books, coffee, plants was the general theme of this little area here, and I really think that it came out and turned out really well. Let me know what you guys think. So this is our final build. As for items I would definitely recommend the extra long couch, I think it is. This one here, it'll pop up on the screen, it'll correct me if I'm wrong. I'd also recommend the display stand. And lastly, I would also recommend the bookshelf. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed these builds, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know which one was your favorite in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure to come and check us out over on Twitch. We stream there 3 to 4 days a week. We do lots of Animal Crossing there as well, so we'd absolutely love to have you there. But on that note, I will catch all of you guys on my next video. Bye everybody!